I'm live. Good afternoon. I think I'm live. My camera is not playing ball today. You can't see me by the looks of it, but I am here, and we have got, as you can see, Simply Made Crafts. Thank you for joining us on CraftWorld Live. It's really strange that you can't see me, but I can see, I can see everything that's going on. It's absolutely fine here. So please leave us a comment if you are with me. I am just going to have a look and see who's joining us. Fantastic. Last week we had so many people joining us. So we've got with us, we've got Nina. We've got Lynn Clifton. Hello, thank you. Mrs. Stationery, I absolutely love your name. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Karen Tibbetts. Oh, you're from the USA. Thank you so much for joining me. Karen, again, lots of comments from you. Sharon Hudson. Sue, we've got Sue Small. Oh, Sue Small Creeder. Handmade by Emma. Do you know what? You're all ready and waiting. I'll apologise that you can't see me, but I'm sure you won't worry. In fact, let me just double check. You've got me. You should have me here. Yeah, it's just playing. Not playing ball today. Never mind. You've got the product here. Hopefully you can see me here instead. So we have got Helen also. We've got Helen on the Skype, so we're going to have a chat to her in a moment. But we've got some amazing giveaways. Now, last week I know you were quite quiet, so please do. I was quite quiet, so please do let me know. I've turned the sound up this week, so hopefully you can see me okay. So let's see. So we're going to start first of all with this brand new launch. You have the opportunity to win some of these. So there's going to be 3 winners chosen from the comments in this live. So just comment anything. You don't have to write anything in particular. We've got so many people saying that you love Helen's new collections. It's just launched today. We're going to go through the whole lot. Helen is standing by with some fantastic demonstrations as well. It's probably because we've got Helen on Skype. You don't want to see me, you want to see her. We'll get over to her really quickly. We've got extra giveaway, so we've got deal of the day on CraftWorld as well, on CraftStash, sorry. We'll go to that in a little while. I'll explain more about that. We've got some fantastic deals and offers. Now, if you did comment earlier in the week on the giveaway on the Facebook page, I will be announcing the winner of that later, but we are also going to be announcing the winner of our design team at the end of this hour. We've not got one, but we've actually got 3 new design team members that I'm going to be announcing. So if you entered that, please do join us. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick flick through this, and then we're going to skip over to Helen quickly and have a chat with her. And what I'm hoping to do is, while I'm over chatting with Helen about her new collection, I am going to hopefully sort out why my camera doesn't want you to see me. It's not such a bad thing, but maybe you do want to see me. But at least we can have a look through these very quickly. Now, we are looking at 3 brand new paper pads. These are double-sided, absolutely beautiful. So we are going with the Botanical Collection now. Now, Helen will explain everything about the background with this for you. So we were discussing this, the pronunciation of Gerbera or Gerbera. Okay, so whichever way you say it, we're saying Gerbera. We've got the pearlescent paper pack. We have the Orchid paper pack, and I will flick through these in a little while later. We have these beautiful peony ones, and we have the succulents. I love that minty colour that's in there. And then we have the dies as well. Now, with the dies, we have the option of making lots of different coloured flowers, types of flowers. So we have the Ultimate Peony and Leaf set. We have the stunning succulents. and the special succulents as well. Do you know what? Helen's got so many examples sitting beside her. I've seen them all this morning already. You're going to be blown away by how beautiful and how large these are as well. So we've got the orchid there. We're back to that gerbera again. We've got the ultimate leaves die set there. Now you can see these are big packets. I've got big hands for a lady, I'll admit it. So these are big packets. They are going to be beautiful big dies. We've got the Geometric Terrarium die set, the Pretty Pots die set. Now I believe, Helen will confirm this, but I believe that she has used this in her video demonstration. And then we also have the Terrific Terrarium die set as well. Under here, oh, we have a sneaky one under here as well. There's a lot here, and you're going to get the chance to win not only just sort of one, but a whole set of these as such, if you want to. So keep an eye out for that. So I'm just going to pop to Helen now. Fingers crossed we'll be okay. So Helen, can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So can you explain to us, I've just had you on mute. I'm sorry. There we go, Helen. We can hear you now.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry, I have to apologise to everybody because obviously working from home, I'm doing the sound, the vision, and this whole bit in front of the camera. So I forgot to take you off mute, Helen. So hello to you again.
Hello.
But I can see you. Hopefully everyone else can now as well.
Hoping so.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We haven't heard otherwise. I'm going to look at the comments while I'm chatting to you. Could you explain to us, please, the background behind this whole brand new collection?
Well, I've always been a huge fan of like the botanical theme, whether it be papercraft, going to museums. I just love that like specimen sort of look to things, and with like natural roots and just like the watercoloured botanical flowers as well. So at home I kind of decorate my house in that sort of way with the orchids, like real orchids, and I just love the terrarium look as well. And last couple of years I got into succulents too, and I just think they just look so nice together. So that was kind of the inspiration behind this collection.
Fantastic. So I can see just beside you there, you've got lots of examples, and they're really big.
I've got quite a few.
They're huge, aren't they? So can you just run us through what has come from what die set that I just sort of flicked through quickly?
Okay, so this is the Geometric Terrarium.
Beautiful. I love that. I've been working with this as well myself.
Yes, I love your example. And what I've done is I've put some vermiculite. This is kind of a very lightweight, it's not a gravel, but what you do is you'd mix it in with your compost to kind of add moisture and nutrients to your compost. But it's so lightweight, it's perfect to substitute as gravel for a papercraft product. And inside here I've just popped in some of the succulents, and you can make the succulents smaller by just taking off the largest one. So you just do a little set of 3 instead of a set of 4. So that is the Geometric Terrarium.
Beautiful. And can you have that hanging as well if you wanted to?
I guess yes. So you could probably do something with the point here.
Right. Yes.
And then have that hanging as well. So perfect for lanterns and things like that.
Brilliant.
Okay. Where should we move on to next? Should we do the big one behind
Let's do the big one. Let's have a look at that big one.
Okay, so this is the Terrific Terrarium, and this is quite big. So I am going to challenge myself to make an even bigger one of these. So
an even bigger one?
Yes. So you could probably do a set of 6 rows across, and then another row above, and then the roof above that.
Wow.
Just by just doing double the amount of the ridge poles and the joining things here. So, and these would still work too. As long as it's 2 by 2, this triangle will work. So I'm probably going to make myself a giant one next. So inside, this one's actually fallen over, but inside I have another orchid in here using the pretty pots.
That's gorgeous. I love orchids. Can't always keep them alive, but I do try. But I suppose that's the beauty of the paper ones.
That is, they don't die.
Yeah, and I really like that.
And then in here we have another pretty pot with the succulents. And again, inside this greenhouse here, I've put in some the I can't say it, the vermiculite as well. So this lid does open and close. So there are other examples on the CraftStash website of a smaller version of this as well. So and there's also tutorials for this on the CraftStash YouTube channel as well as my own.
Fantastic. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Did that take very long to put together?
A good about 2 to 3 hours. I did it all in stages. So I did the die cutting and then the folding and then adding the acetate, and then I took a break, and then I came back and I just glued it all together. So
Great.
I did it in 2 stages. Okay, so moving on, I have here the peonies. These are absolutely lovely.
They are
I really enjoyed. I love making these ones, and that's in the pretty pots as well. So I built up the walls here to make a nice tall one.
That's really lovely. I think that is so modern as well, isn't it?
It is. And here at the back, I've been experimenting with different papers. So this one here is tissue paper with the peonies. This one is coffee filter papers that I've dyed.
Oh wow!
I'm just experimenting at the moment. But inside the vase, it's the geometric pots as well, using the hexagon base. So I've made a giant vase. The giant vase there.
That looks amazing. I absolutely love that. So what else have we got there?
We have some more orchid as well, using the same pot again. This is 2 layers with the hexagon base. So I finished this one off with some reindeer moss.
With what, sorry?
It's called reindeer moss. I have no idea why it's called that. It's a funny name. Might have something to do with reindeers. I have no idea. But yeah, this is just some twigs from my garden, and I've just added the petals on there.
And I suppose then you can use absolutely any colour, but you've got the paper pads that have the perfect colours.
You have, yes.
In them.
And it's even got the paper for the leaves as well. So I've glued those on exactly how they would grow on a real orchid. So from far back, it would probably look quite realistic. I mean, it still looks really good as an ornament, but yeah, like you said, you can't kill it.
No, that's my problem. And as well, nowadays with when people are poorly, maybe they have hay fever, you don't want to give them, you know, a bunch of flowers. It's probably not the best thing and such. So I mean, paper flowers are fantastic. They've been used so much lately, haven't they, for wedding decoration, birthday celebration, party decoration as well. And they're the sort of thing that you're just going to use time and time again. So I absolutely love them. I love the modern twist on them with the geometric as well.
Yes, that's so on trend at the moment as well. It has been for a couple of years, so it doesn't seem to want to go away. So I'm happy with it staying for a little bit longer.
Absolutely, definitely. I really like it. It's really fresh, and we've just redecorated my daughter's room, and it's very much the rose gold and the hexagons everywhere. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you skip on to the comments over on CraftWorld, and we're going to have a look at a video demonstration from you that you've done already for us in advance. So thank you for doing that. It's a nice long one, so we've got about 20 minutes of a demonstration from you, and then we'll have a chat to you later over on CraftWorld on the comments anyway.
Okay, lovely.
Thank you so much for joining me, Helen.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So we're coming back to my hands because for some reason my face doesn't want to be shown today. But I just need to recap. So this is the brand new collection from Simply Made Crafts. We just saw Helen there. So from the Helen Griffin's brand new collection, it's absolutely stunning, as you can see. So we have got here the beautiful paper packs. I'm going to, if I go through just one of these for you, I've got one that's open here already, and as you can see, I've used this a lot. In fact, I've been using this for my demonstration that I'm going to do later. Now I'm just going to halt my camera from focusing on everything it wants to there and just show you these beautiful papers. Now these are a pearlescent as well, So with the pearlescent, you are getting that beautiful sheen. Now, as you can see, we have got double-sided here. So if you're going to make flowers from them, because some of them are plain, so this would be perfect for the leaves, for example. With this, then you're going to be able to see both sides. So if you're curling, you're rolling, you're shaping your flowers, you're not going to get one white side that you need to then cover up. So within this, we have some beautiful, really bright coral orange ready colour flowers or papers to cut the flowers from. We have these yellows as well, and they repeat through, but that's just one of the packs. We then have the other 3 packs. Now we have a massive giveaway today. The giveaway is actually over £300. I have to get that correct. Over £300 worth. There was an option to win earlier this week on the Facebook post. Now, if you do join on CraftStash on Facebook, you'll know that once a week, earlier in the week, we put up a post saying you have the chance to win. The winner will be announced through the CraftWorld Live on Friday. So we will get a winner from that very shortly. So that is just a quick comment and you're already in the hat to win that. That's a selection of these goodies. Then we have as well 3 extra winners to choose. So you're also all going to win a selection of these products. Now, these are chosen from the comments. So if you scroll down, while we're on CraftWorld, we're brand new. We know some of you are still getting used to the platform and where everything is. Now, you may notice that there are options on how to chat to us, how to join in with this comment. There are options to join through Facebook, through Vimeo as well if you want to, but I personally find the easiest way is to just click that button that says chat as a guest. Now, this is not a guest to CraftWorld, you may already be logged in. This is a guest to Vimeo, so you're just going to click chat to guest. What it will ask for is the name that you want to be seen with, so how you want us to talk to you when we see your comments come up. And then you're free to chat. You can see the comments in there, and we are at the moment looking into making lots of adjustments so you can see these more clearly. Obviously, this is a new thing for us, so being able to see CraftWorld had the easiest way for you. We're all working behind the scenes. We have been all week. It's very technical building websites like this, so promise you we are doing our best over the next few weeks to get this as easy to watch as possible. Now, while I'm just browsing through these, I'm going to actually show you the video demonstration that Helen has done for us, and hopefully when we come back, fingers crossed, you may be able to see my face. We shall see. Enjoy this. It's about 20 minutes long. It's actually a really long demonstration. I love it, and it gives you lots and lots of ideas. So make sure you're jumping over to CraftStash, putting in your order in these, because I know they're going to go ever so quickly. We do have some offers actually that I'm just going to read out for you. I've got them all written down here. So we have, if you are looking at these today and you're thinking about spending over £30, you're going to be able to get a free gift. Now, this is coming from the Simply Made Crafts dies. So there's an option. There's a few different gifts that you may receive one of those. So that's over £30 for that. So that's automatically applied. Also, if you're looking at Simply Made Crafts and you're actually looking at some of the past details, the past collections, you are going to be able to get 15% off of any of those. So with that, you'll just need to use the code SMC15. Okay, so SMC15, you'll get 15% off any of the previous Simply Made Crafts collections. So looking at the Botanical Collection, let's have a look at exactly what you can be doing with it.
Hello everyone, it's Helen here and thank you for joining us today. So I'm really excited about today's launch because Botanics is literally a very personal choice for me to do because I absolutely love anything botanical. We've got the flowers, the peonies, we've got the orchids, we've got the geometric pots and the greenhouses as well. So I'm really hoping that you're enjoying the collection because this collection is just a true reflection of my personality. This is what how I like to decorate my home and also how I like my garden to be as well. So today we're going to be concentrating on the pretty pots. Now I love this geometric design and there's so many different uses for this design. So let me grab the die set. I have it put away already, but let me just grab that down. Okay, so here it is. So it's a very simple die set, and there's so much that you can do with it, and you could turn them into pots with lids, so you can make tiny little gift boxes with them. You can make lanterns with them because we have the intricate cutouts as well. Just think how beautiful that's going to look on your garden table with a few battery operated tea lights in them. And again, you can build them up to whatever size using the square base or the hexagon base. So let's get a move on now. So we have here a tall and skinny one that I have the peonies in. So I absolutely love these peonies. So there's tutorials for the orchid and the peonies on the CraftStash website, and also on the CraftStash YouTube channel, and they will be appearing over time on my own YouTube channel. So we have this square based vase here with just a tall and skinny one, and here we have the wider version. Here it is. So I've got two versions here. So just changing the type of cardstock that you have is really going to change the different sort of look. So I've gone for a classic white here for the orchid, and we've got a shorter one as well with the classic white as well. So let's pop this aside, and here we have some metallics as well. So there we have the shorter one, and then we have the taller one. So today let's clear the decks. I still kind of want these to be in frame so I can look at them because I think they're really, really nice. Okay, so we're going to start off with a really simple one now. So I have something here we're going to be making a little later on. So this is going to be another orchid, and I'm going to use a teeny weeny pot. So this is going to be using the square base. So we're going to be finishing that one off. So just cut yourself one panel, and I've used like a bronze metallic shimmer cardstock here. So score, all the score lines I've done for you, you just need to fold them down, and then just fold over these tabs here. This one is so quick and easy to make. Okay, so grab yourself some glue, which I have hidden from myself. Let's see if I can find it. Here we are. So I'm just going to add some glue just to this tab here. Again, you can use some red tape if you wish. Okay, because this is a coated cardstock, it does take slightly longer to dry. So I'm just going to leave that there for a few moments before I move on to finishing off the base. Okay, so I'm now ready to pop the square on. So you get the square in the die set as well. It's perfectly sized for this pot. And all we do is just pop that on and then just hold that in place while that dries. Just grabbing my bone folder as well so we can turn that over. Just press down. Okay, so I'm going to insert a photo here so you can actually see what this little pot looks like with its lid. So you can have it open like this, or you can cut out some of these hinges here and another one of these, and then you can make yourself a lid. Okay, so that is the little pot. Now let's move on to the larger pot. So I have everything already. I'm going to run out of space here. I have everything already done. Everything's cut, so we're going to be making an even taller version of this. That's pretty tall, so let's make a bigger one. So you're going to be needing 8. So let's put these in sets of 2. And what I've done is I've already cut them out and folded all of the score lines. So in each set of 2, I'm just going to grab my scissors. Shall I go for big scissors or little scissors? I think I'll go for big scissors. On each one, just take up one, and then we're going to cut. Because this is a hexagon, we need 6 tabs. So we have 4 on this one here, and on this one we need to keep 2, which means from this side tab here on the side, we need to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is what we're keeping. And then we can cut off the rest, and you can keep these again to the side if you want to kind of just create a new, instead of cutting new pieces, you can create tabs just to join them together. So you should have something that looks like this now. So we have a side tab and 2 tabs at the bottom and 4 triangles. And now all we have to do is just join these together just like that. So let's get the glue out again. Okay, so I'm just going to do exactly the same on the others. Okay, so you should have now 4 of these long panels with 6 tabs along the bottom. That is pretty much going to be the height of our pot. So as you can see, you can build it up and you can really get quite adventurous with this. Okay, so the easiest way I found to do it is to kind of like a clay pot, you would build it up as you go. Instead of sticking all this together as one panel and then trying to glue it all together, it can get incredibly fiddly around here. But if you wanted to try it, feel free to be my guest to try it the harder way. But this is what your panel should look like before you start gluing together. It needs to kind of be in this diamond shape, just like that. So you would have all of these in a row. It's up to you if you want to give that a go, but I'm going to do it the easy way. So we're going to be needing the larger of the 2 hexagons. That's going to be your base. So I'm just going to glue this together just there to make the hexagon. Okay, so we're going to glue the base on now. So you can add the glue all the way around the tabs, or you can add it all around the edge here of the hexagon. And then pop that on. Okay, so you should have something that now looks like that. So it's just like the one here. So you can build up another wall now. So we're going to add glue now to these bottom tabs here, and we're going to build it up. Again, this is where thin red tape would probably be your friend for doing this. I'm going to do the last tab last. So choose your starting point. And then just add them on. Okay, just to speed things up, I'm switching over to red tape now, so that is all prepped. So let's get everything pressed down. The secret to getting really good sticky with your tape, any double-sided tape, is to press down your backing tape. So this will make it stick better, and it will also make it a lot easier to lift up the tape. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up the tape on all of these. There we go, so that has come together a lot faster than using the glue. So this is 3 walls high, 1, 2, 3. So let's go for the 4th. Okay, and that is our super tall vase. That is really quite tall, so we can put flowers in here. So let's take some of these peonies out. That's a really nice set there of some vases, some lovely geometric vases there. So we can take some of our peonies out. So here we have the darker pink using the same one, the same peony paper pad, and then we have one using the lighter shade from the same pack as well. And this vase, as it's wider than this little square one, you can build up some more peonies. You could probably get a good 5 in there. And then I have the peony leaves that I've also put onto wire stakes as well. So here they are. I can just pop those in. Yes, there's plenty of room here for some more flowers. So if you have the Geometric set as well, you can add loads of different types of flowers. You don't have to stick with the peonies. So yeah, you can see straight down there. So there's plenty more room there for a massive bunch of flowers. So I'm going to pop this large pot aside now, so I can make up a larger bunch of flowers for this. And then I really love the arrangement that I had in this little one here. So let's pop all that back. There we go. Okay, so let's pop this over to the side again. So now we're going to quickly pop together the orchid. Okay, so that is this little tiny orchid here, and to get all these petals here, the actual flowers of the orchids, there is a tutorial for that on the CraftStash YouTube channel and on the product page, and there'll also be one on my YouTube channel as well. So you can find me on Helen Griffin UK on YouTube. So if you wondered why I quickly changed these flowers over for the top and the bottom one, I made this one a tighter flower, so it's more in a bud, because the buds come up at the top here and the older flowers are along the bottom as the stem continues to grow. Okay, so that is the teeny weeny little orchid. These are looking really nice and sweet together now. They're going to look lovely on a shelf together. Okay, so now to finish off, I have some succulents here again. Oh, and this is reindeer moss. If you're wondering what to search for when looking for this sort of moss, it's reindeer moss. I have no idea why it's called that. Okay, so we have here a tiny little piece of polystyrene. So I'm just going to glue this into the bottom of the hexagonal pot here, just so that it just pads it up a little bit more. And here I have another sort of like it's not reindeer moss, but it's some sort of like twiggy moss. Just look in haberdasheries and florist places. They should sell things like this. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in there. I've got just enough left for one more pot, so I'm going to pop that in there. So let's glue that in place. There we go, and I've used the succulent here. Which set was it? It was the Stunning Succulents Die Set, and I've used the Succulent Pearlescent paper as well. So I've cut out 2 here. I've used all 4 of them for this one, and just the smallest 3 for this one here. I'm just going to glue that on there. This is going to look exactly like one of the samples I made, which I don't mind because I quite like this one, but maybe I should add some variation. I don't know. Okay, so there is room here for one more, so I may just do another one here just for the back. Okay, so those are the pretty pots. There are so many different ways that you can use these pretty pots with everything in my collection. They'll even fit inside the terrariums as well. So I do have a little terrarium here. Here we go. Clear the decks again. There's so much on my desk. Full botanical mode here. Okay, so here I have one of the geometric ones, and now I think this one might be a bit too big because I put in the extra frame in there. That might be a bit too big, but one of the smaller ones will definitely fit inside there as well. If you had a little succulent in there, you could have like a set of 2 or 3 in there. That would fit in just fine. This might be a bit too tall. I'm knocking stuff over now. This may just be a bit too tall, but that would also fit with it sticking out. That looks quite pretty as well. Okay, so I'm just getting carried away now, decorating everything and playing with all of my lovely botanical things. So thank you ever so much for joining me today, and back to the studio with Lou.
I just realised you can't hear me, and hopefully you can hear me now. So I just said I apologise for all the camera issues that I've been having today. Hopefully they'll be sorted out next week. I've just figured out a way. Right at the end, when I announce all the winners, you're going to be able to see my face. It's not going to be pretty, but I will be here with you. So I'll do my demonstration first, and then we'll get to that. But I'm just looking at those comments actually, because the way you can win 4 sets, there's 4 sets of this collection we're giving away. That's £300 worth of product we're going to be giving away at the end of the hour, which is coming up not too long after my demonstration. So 3 of those is going to be from the comments here today. Now, if you're still not able to chat, what I do is I join as a guest. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be a guest to CraftWorld. You can be logged in. It just means you're a guest to Vimeo, which is the platform that we use to stream onto CraftWorld. So join as guest, pop your name in, start chatting with everybody. So 3 of you here today. I'm going to say hello to some of you actually. So we've got Monica, we've got Rednat88, not sure what your name is. We've got Hayley, we've got Linda, we've got Mandy. So thank you all. I'm so glad that you found us over here from since we've moved over to CraftWorld. It's very exciting that we've got our own platform, that we don't have to go through places like Facebook anymore. And do you know what? The audience here is just getting bigger and bigger. We've had thousands of people already join CraftWorld, and I'm so glad that we can now stream live to you every Friday as well, with these amazing prizes, giveaways and demonstrations. So today is all about Simply Made Crafts, the brand new Botanicals collection. You've just seen Helen's done some amazing demonstrations. I'm going to start my demonstration because I know this is going to take me a little while. I'm working with the Gerbera Pearlescent paper pad set, the matching die set there, the Geometric Terrarium die set, and also the Gable Box Floral Panels die set. So you can see by using all of these, it's going to be a long demonstration. So it's probably a good thing that we've got this camera working and not the other one. Now, I'm going to start with the flowers. So I'm going to just pop the terrariums away for a moment. And we're going to look at these. Now, these are big dies. You can see here a sneaky peek. I've already got some cut out. Can you see this little one in the corner? Hopefully you can see this little orange one. They really come to life. Now, we've got a lot of dies in here. But as you can see, we've got the largest one is huge. They are beautiful. If you're thinking about party decorations, probably for later this year or next year, weddings and things, maybe next year now, things like that. But on your cards, do you know what? As gift wrap, as instead of a bow, to put a beautiful flower, gorgeous. And as Helen's been doing for her home decor, to sit around your office, your dining room, your kitchen, wherever it may be, have these in the hallway. You'll never have to water them, and I promise you they will not die, which is the best thing about them. So this is the largest die, and then we have the extras, and we have some leaves as well. These are, of course, leaves that perfectly match the plants. So we do have an extra leaves set, but they are all different types. These are the ones that will work with these plants. Now, with these, I'm going to die cut using these paper pads. I'm going to make the yellow one. So you can see we've got the pearlescent paper there. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love how well these cut through. You can see I've already got some cut there, but on one sheet of paper, let me bring my die cutting platform in. But on one sheet of paper, I can fit lots of these in already. Now I don't have to space them out like this. I can actually squeeze these on, and I can fit quite a few other die cuts in there, like so. So I'm going to run these through. Now, it's been a long time since I've been die cutting live, because I usually have everything cut out already. But what I absolutely loved about these dies is how well they cut. So I'm just going to run this through, and because of all the cables that I've got, you can't see this, the cables that I've got the other side of my die cutting machine, I need to run this back again to be able to get my plates back out. So usually I'd run this through just the once. Now, I'm doing a little trick with my flowers. I know Helen has put instructions on the reverse of the packets. So if we have a look here, I don't expect you to be able to read, this is tiny on this camera, but we've got full instructions on how to put these flowers together, so you're never left on your own. The same for all of the terrarium ones as well. But if I turn this over, you can see how well that's cut. Okay, absolutely beautifully. And they're all double-sided, so they come away perfectly. Let me just pop that out. And oh, one went flying off here. Look at these. So what it says on the instructions with these is that you want to build up your layers going from the largest to the smallest. Now, Helen finishes with this one as the black or dark brown one. I'm taking a different spin on it today, so I'm going to put a different type of centre to my flower. But like I say, the instructions are all there for you. If you want to make them like that, you absolutely can. So hello to, we've got Lynn Clifton, we've got Serena Brent. Of course, CraftStash have joined us. They're commenting. We've got Helen on the comments. I've seen her there as well. We've got lots of names that you'll recognise too. So another Linda, different Linda as well. Amanda Marlowe, Pam. Oh, do you know what? There's so many comments. They're flipping through very, very quickly. So what I'm now going to do is do my shaping. Now, the way I do that is with a pokey tool. If most of you will know it's a pokey tool, or I think it's called an awl as well. So here we go. I'm just going to curl these petals down. So this is the top, this is facing upwards. I'm going to curl these petals as if, I don't know if you've ever done it with the edge of a pair of scissors, and you've curled the ribbon, the string that you've wrapped around the present, and curled that. It's the same sort of concept. So just curling these over. So I'm going to do that with 3 layers here. Now this paper is absolutely beautiful for die cutting, as you just saw. You can emboss it as well. If you have a solvent ink, something like a StazOn, you can also stamp on it. It's quite shiny, so you do need that solvent ink, but you can stamp on it in that way, which is perfect for if you want to add some texture maybe to your flowers, or just use this in this paper in your scrapbooking and backgrounds and things. They would be perfect for that. Now with these ones, I'm not going to use my shaping tool. I'm just going to use my fingers and slightly curl these bits up. Okay, not too much, just a little bit. And I'll do some more shaping when it's all glued together. Okay, so I'm going to use my CraftStash glue and just put a little blob. You really don't need a lot in the center. I'm going to stick 1 layer over the top, but I'm going to stagger it ever so slightly so that the petals around the edge, they kind of fill in all the gaps. And then I'm going to do the same here. It doesn't matter whether you glue the bottom or the top, either way. And again, make sure any gaps there are filled in. Okay, now next I'm going to take the next largest and I'm going to go. So I've done 3 layers of the large one. I've got 2 layers of the next largest one. There we go, a little bit of glue, stagger those. And then I've got a couple more layers to go of each. Now while I'm just gluing these, I need to remind you, you can get 15% off any of Helen's previous Simply Made Crafts die sets or collections. So that's using the code SMC15. We've also got a great offer today on this new collection, the Botanical Collection. If you're spending over £30, you then have the opportunity to have a free, I say opportunity, we're going to give you a free die set. So that's a choice of a few. I think we choose that for you. So it will be a nice surprise for you when it comes in the post. But you will be getting a free Simply Made Crafts product there, which is absolutely amazing, just for spending £30. Now you can see already that coming together, and I haven't ruffled that up yet, and I haven't even done the centre yet, but I just love it, and I love the shine that you get from that pearlescent paper as well. So working my way through to the last layer of this. There we go. So now I'm going to use my wet glue and I'm going to cover the centre. So where I would expect the pollen to be, I don't know what the proper name for the centre of a flower is, but I know there's usually stamen. They might be tiny little stamen, but it's the bit with a gerbera that you'd expect to have like a darker brown or black. Let me just show you like this, that centre. Now the way I've done this one, I'm just putting the lid back on my glue, is by actually bringing in something different. Now you could use something like if you've got some like flour soft, that sort of thing, but I actually use embossing powder, because embossing powder is usually matte and very grainy. It's a bit like sand, isn't it? So I think it's perfect for pollen. Now this is a very old one. In fact, I've taken it, I don't even know the brand of it, and once embossing powder gets old, then you do really need to be replacing it. It doesn't always work as well. So this is a black, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over the glue there. Now I'm going to take the back of a piece of paper here and just remove that, and I'll clean that up with a little brush and just remove all the stray pieces. So I've then got a pollen around my flower that looks grainy. It looks like it's got the correct texture for flower pollen, and of course once the glue is dry, you will also have the feel of it as well. So just give that a few moments to dry there. Now when that's all dried, I can then ruffle up all of the petals. As you can see, I have done here, lifted up those centre ones, and straight away I've got 2 big flowers. So hello to Jess. We've still got Mrs. Stationery, you're still with us. Shelley, Jules, hello Gemma. Thank you so much for joining us all. Now I've got a continuation of this demonstration. and that is with this. Now this is my terrarium that I've started building up. As you can see, I've got a bit of tape there I need to attach. So I've started doing this. Now this is mixing two products, okay? So this is mixing the Geometric Terrarium along with the beautiful gable panels. Let me just bring those sets in for you so I can show you what they are. So that's the set that we were just using. So this is the Geometric Terrarium Die Set. Now this is a bit deceptive because this is actually really big, and I know Helen's been showing you some examples and things, but I've got one of these die cuts here, as you can see. Now this is just one panel of 11 that you need to create the entire piece. So you need one of these and 5 of each of these. So I've got these prepared, most of them done already. And then I'm going to be using as well, just to decorate it, one of these. Now the one I'm using is this large one here. This is actually to go with the gable box die sets from previous, but I decided actually I really love the design and I want to decorate my terrarium with it. So what I've done is, if you look on the back of the packet, you will see the instructions for putting this terrarium together. Okay, really simple. So I've been cutting everything out, lining it, as you can see, with acetate there from underneath. So I've got acetate round there, cutting that out, and that's ready to glue on, but I want to add that beautiful floral insert in. So the way I'm doing this is by taking what actually comes out of the die. So when I die cut that panel, this is my waste, my excess, and usually you'd either throw that away or pop it in your scraps box maybe. It's very often what we do. So I'm going to lay that onto my die. Now you'll get a little bit of a solid edge here, an edge that you don't need. So don't worry about that, but really that fits beautifully. It will look stunning. So I'm just going to pop this into my die cutting machine here, just beside me, and run that through there. So don't forget, we are announcing at the end of this hour, which will be not too long away, as soon as I finish this demonstration really, we'll be announcing our brand new design team members. We have 3 new members. I'm so excited. I've seen some of the work that these people have been doing. It's absolutely beautiful, but we had so many people enter wanting to be part of the team. We were blown away. We had to have this extra week just to really review everything, and it was such a hard decision. All the way down to this morning, we were still sort of looking at them and thinking, oh, we would just want everyone. We really did. So as you can see, that's just lifted out absolutely beautifully. So hold on to the end of the hour for that announcement. Now I've got to just pop out a few little bits. Now can you see I've actually cut through mirror card here. Mirror cards is, it's card, it's a thick, it's over 250. I would say this is 280 GSM, and that has cut through beautifully. One thing I have to say with the dies of Helen's that I've been using this week is how beautifully they have been cutting. Now this will of course fit perfectly back into this shape because it's come from the shape originally, so I know it's going to fit back in. So I'm going to be using my CraftStash glue here, and I'm just going to put a little glue on the larger areas of this die cut. Now with this, the trick is less is more, because you're going on to acetate. If you have too much, it's going to smudge. You want just enough to kind of grab really onto the plasticky surface of the acetate. So the way I do this is best without sliding it around too much is just line up the corners, that corner and then the corner over the other side, and then slot this in, and everything else will fit in. As you can see, just give it a wiggle and it fits in absolutely perfectly. And then we have a panel. It's all neat on the inside as well, but we have that beautiful gold panel that sits in there, and you can build up your terrarium. Now building this up is really easy as well. I've opted for a double-sided tape. I saw Helen was using her red line tape or super sticky tape. There's lots of different names for it. I'm using this is my finger lift tape, because I found that whenever I'm filming a demonstration or doing it live like this, I always have problems lifting the tape off, the backing paper off. So with this, it gives me a little more freedom to lift that off. So we've got score lines on these. I should have scored these first, but I can still do it. They score really easily, as you can see there. and then fold these. If you're struggling with the score lines there, really good tip for you, use the edge of your table. I know you can't see that at the minute, but pop this onto the edge of a table and fold that over so the table sits in the crease there. And I find that's really easy if I'm having to do lots of folding. So a great way of doing that. So I'm just doing the last few bits of tape. So I've got a bit of tape on there, and for this one I'm just going to fold the edge over, so I'm going to line that up before I take the tape off. Now, because this is the last panel of my terrarium, I'm going to sit that there, but I can also put some tape on this last section here also. I'm trying to do this in a way so that you can see what I'm doing as well, which isn't always the easiest. So let's come from this side, that's easier. So popping this on here, and you can go around with your glue afterwards if there's any little bits you've missed. Just secure everything. I just love how luxurious this looks. It is really beautiful, and as I was saying to Helen earlier, actually my daughter's bedroom this is going to be perfect for. She's 15 now, she turned 15 last week, and this will sit perfectly in her newly decorated bedroom. So popping this in now, first of all I'm going to tuck my tabs in as much as I possibly can, fold them in. I'm going to sit first in with this corner down here, folding one edge in. Now the last panel is always going to be the hardest for you. The first ones are easy because you can lay everything flat, but once it's almost constructed it does get a little bit more fiddly, so just bear with me while I put this at angles I need to be able to stick it all together. I'm trying to do it so that you can all see what I'm doing. And then I have the last section here. I'm going to fill this with the flower, or the flowers that I've made. There we go, beautiful. Now you can put some string or some chain or something from here as well if you want to, but that is my terrarium, which I think is really beautiful, and that would look gorgeous if you had maybe some little of the battery powered candles in there as well. That would be stunning, wouldn't it? So let's just very quickly fill this. Now I don't know it's the best way for me to put this, but I've found a good filler for these. If you're going to be using the papers from the pads, is use a piece of paper, and I've actually scrunched it up. Now I'm going to glue this in, and what this does is it just allows me to lift up elements of my flowers and my leaves in there to look like it's bulked out without actually having to put leaves in there that aren't going to be seen, that will be covered up. So just using some hot glue here for speed. You could wet glue this in, absolutely, but just for speed I'm going to hot glue this in here, so that will lift up some areas. And then I've got the leaves as well. Okay, so let me just pop that under there, so I'm hoping you can sort of see what I'm doing there. So then I've got leaves as well. Now I love with the leaves you have a crease line down the middle, and I'm going to have these so that they're actually overhanging in places. I'm going to shape them with the crease lines. You can ink these as well if you want to, and things like that. Now I'm going to put my flowers inside. You can have a lot more flowers. You can have flowers so that from every angle you can see flowers coming out if you want to. So I'm just going to carefully glue. I've just stuck my thumb in the wet glue. Do make sure this is dry before you finish that. So this one's all dry, so we'll put this one at the front. Aren't these absolutely beautiful? I love, like I say, you have the instructions in there. I'm going to have the flowers kind of pouring out because I will put a piece of string coming from the very top. So mine will be hung up somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but I'll hang it somewhere. I'm going to put some leaves in here so that they're just starting to peek out from underneath the flowers as well. And I'll show you inside in just a moment. Just get everything glued down. There we go. You can twist them and you can fold them. I don't want the leaf covering that up too much, but they're absolutely beautiful. And of course with the colourways you have the perfect papers that will match your colourways, but don't forget you can of course use your own papers with these dies also. Now hopefully you can start to see what's going on in there. I've got lots more playing to do, lots more building up of flowers and leaves and such. But you can see in there I've got my flowers coming out of my terrarium. That would be absolutely beautiful sat, or anywhere really, but like I say, I'm going to have mine hanging, and I will do lots more leaves as well coming down from here too. So that is beautiful. So what I've used for that is I have used a hot glue gun. There's lots and lots on CraftStash. I've used my wet glue. I've used any embossing powder of the right colour. Obviously I've used the Simply Made Crafts dies, and then I've also used my tape, and it's a good idea if you can find it to look for finger lift tape, because that makes it really easy to lift off. So that's my take on Helen's new products. Now what I'm going to do, if any of you get dizzy by cameras moving, avert your eyes for 2 seconds while I move this camera so that you can see me. Whoop. Hello, I am here. I just need to check the camera, make sure you can see me okay. Now you can also probably see all of my sports stuff behind me, which you don't usually get to see because it's a different camera angle, but the computer camera is not working today, so you've got me like this instead. So hopefully that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I have on here some winners to announce. So very exciting. First of all, I feel like a newsreader. Got my papers here. So first of all, from the Facebook post earlier this week, thank you so much for joining us over on Facebook as well. Look out for that post every week as well. It's usually around sort of Tuesday, Wednesday time. We put up a post so you can win part of the new collection usually. And that will always be announced on the Friday, so you only have a few days to win that. You only need to comment on there. The winner this week is Janine Lucas. So well done, Janine. If you're watching, we'll get in contact with you about getting your prize out to you. That is a selection of these beautiful Simply Made Crafts papers and dies. We're going to be splitting some of these bundles between you, so we're looking at £300 worth of product here. So then we also have, so from the comments today, now I'm hoping because you've commented today that you are still watching at the moment. So we have also winning a selection of the Simply Made Crafts Botanical Collection. Mandy Hindenburg, congratulations. We have Rachel Thomas, well done. And we also have Serena Brent, congratulations to you too. So all three of you have won some of the Simply Made Crafts brand new collection. Now, if you're not one of those winners, but you really want to get your hands on that, please do make sure you pop over to craftstash.co.uk. So there's some offers on there. There is 30, if you spend £30, which to be honest, I think looking at these products, it's going to be really easy to do because you'll just want everything. You're going to get a free gift. And then if you are looking at the older collections, do have a look at those. There's some stunning products there. You're going to be able to get 15% off by putting in SMC 15 as well. Now I have one more important announcement. Okay, and this is the one you've been waiting for, because we wanted to do this last week and we just couldn't decide. We had so many people to look at, so many entries to go through. So CraftStash team, so our brand new DT members, that's design team members, we have, first of all, coming all the way from the USA, I hope I say this right, we have Sandy, that's Sandy Nigel, well done, congratulations. I've had a look at all three of you here actually, and your work is absolutely beautiful, and thank you to everyone else who entered as well. We also have from the UK, we have Pauline Hickey, congratulations, I hope you're watching as well. We're going to get in contact with all of you via email, so don't worry if you maybe you've got friends who are being announced and they're not watching. We'll contact everybody. And lastly, we also have Sasha Reed. Congratulations to you as well. All of you sent in phenomenal applications. It was a really tough job for everybody. Lots of us, we just couldn't decide. And I'm sure maybe some of you will also be contacted in other times about doing various little bits, because there's so many of you. We just want you all designing for us. It's been amazing. So thank you for that. Now, I need to thank you and apologise for all the camera problems today. Congratulations to Helen Griffin with the brand new launch of the Botanical Collection. Thank you for joining us on CraftWorld. I know we're having teething problems and we are trying to work through all of these. We're spending all week working on them. We will get this platform the very best for watching CraftWorld lives, okay? We are, of course, still working with CraftStash, so that's why we're talking about CraftStash all the time. But please do make sure you're joining us. Now, if you're just joining me at the end, you're thinking, well, I've just missed these demonstrations, you can either watch back later or you can go over to YouTube, and we will be over there as well. So make sure you're staying on CraftWorld. Go and have a look in that inspiration section. Go and have a look over there, because we have lots going on. Beautiful cards, projects. We have editors from the magazine as well, putting some of their projects in there too. Lots and lots going on there. So also the forums. Now, I'm often in the forums having a chat. I like to sit around the Craft SOS one because I love giving advice to people, whether they take it or not, who knows. But please do have a look around before you leave us. I hope to see you next Friday. I've got a really lovely show next Friday with some brand new papers, fingers crossed. So please join me again 1 o'clock next Friday. I'll see you over here on CraftWorld. Have a lovely weekend. Take care. See you all soon. Bye bye.